We are live. Grrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, people. That is where bears live, don't you know? And don't you know that 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree they'd rather see a bear in the woods and a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show by a bear, your emotional support animal, and you're going to need an emotional support animal today, people. We are stacked, locked and loaded, ready to go. Oh boy, people. I hope your butts are being holded because it's going to be one of those shows, people. That's right, we're rip-roaring, ready to go here on a Saturday. You know, some people are just kind of like, it's the weekend, time to take some time off, relax. No, not bear. Pedal to the metal. Not even really sure what that means, but pedal to the metal, people. Ready to go for you. Including to VM. Hello, VM. Good to have you here. Great to have Bear as well. Bear. Great to have you. I'm glad to be here myself, don't you know? You know, if I'm going to talk up myself, I might as well. People says, hey, Bear, now are women going to root for the indigenous man or the bear in your picture? Women generally choose bears, but if they are a minority, well, you want to go with the strong horse or the strong bear in this case. So there you are, people. There you are. I knew it. What are we? 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in. P-Money's already trying to get Bear distracted. I will put my stink on the old hockey in just a minute, P-Money, but I am not going to get distracted. Not by the least, man. Not by the least at all here, people, because we've got some great stuff. Let me get to it. We've got so much stuff to get to. Let me just get the campaign updates out of the way right ahead here. Top of the old show. Go check out Titan Mouse of Might, of course. Always trying to help out Gary Shipman. Of course, Uncle E as well. He also needs Bear's help. He's got to push past 800,000 people. So help him out with that. We've got a quick update here from Graham Nolan. And he's got his Compass Comics webpage out, so go check that out. By the way, Bear has stopped listing every single book that he can think of in the description. It just got way too long, too crowded, too convoluted for people. So wrenches out there if Bear's bringing up some books or happen to do anything about that, just if you happen to have the link handy, just put that up in the chat so people can follow along. I have brought back the artist web stores, including Graham Nolan's here. So if you want to check out the artist webpage, go right ahead. I'm just not going to do every single book or every single Indiegogo campaign anymore. We'll make mention of it, but I'm hoping hoping our wrenches can help out here. Let's see. Sunshine State. That's where Bear lives. Compass Comics website has gotten a facelift, he says. Easier navigation, additional pages, new products, and a home of Sunshine State comic strip, which looked pretty interesting. I liked it. It's about a gator and a bird. So very, very interesting out there. Hopefully one of those days it'll be in the newspaper, but nobody ever reads the newspaper, so I don't know. VM says, sorry, Bear, but I cheer for the Indian. Gosh dang it, VM. Well, I agree. Gary and Ethan's comics are higher priority over sports, says Peabody. They are. Listen, we've got plenty of show here. Plenty of show, including also from, Bear invited here, 1 second here, everything was thing. From Eric Ninaltowski. Haven't heard from him in quite a while. He's got a new art book here, people. New art book. First ever color art book. 100-page hardcover. 7.5 by 11.5. Showing a decade's worth of fully rendered beautiful artwork. Bunch of art commissions all that good stuff, people. So go check it out. He's got a funding goal of $5K. Fixed goal here. So if you want to see the book, plop down some cash because he's got stars in his eyes here to make sure that this book comes out, people. I like it. I like all the color in here. Very cool. I like the double page here. Like that. Captain America looking pretty mean there. Oh, we've got a Captain America story, so hold on to that. Hold on to that. They are lying to you, people. They're all lying to you out there. Bear's going to set it all straight. This, I think, is from his latest book. Oh, God. Shadow Sentry. Shadow Sentry. It took Bear a minute, but there you go. Shadow Sentry. Which I never got the second one. He's also got a very interesting thing here. He's going to be putting out a coloring book and an inking book. So if you're a aspiring colorist or an aspiring inker, go check it out. So he's got some of his blue lines and also some of the inked that you can color in of the pages of the book. So very cool. Very cool if you want to go check it out. I've got it right here if I can bring it up. Let's see, $172. He just started 3% of his 5K goal, but you got 30 days left. Hopefully another 30 days after that. So we'll see. Go check it out. Indiegogo. Hold on. I will put it in I will do the honors here. And do the thing with the thing. Copy link. Do the thing with the thing. You're right on, P-Money. Here you go. Here is I hope it's not super long. There we go. If you want to go check that out. Do gators and birds get along? Usually they do. Birds move way too fast for gators. Gators are kind of lazy, really. I mean, they're kind of slow. They are cold-blooded creatures. So, there you are, man. There you are. Anyways, go ahead and check out Eric Ninaltowski. His new art book, people. New art book. I haven't been putting up too much campaign updates, mainly because not really a whole lot out there. Bear hasn't been getting that many books lately, so I haven't been doing the updates here, but every once in a while when we try to do it, people, Bear will make sure to put it out for you good people. So there you go. Go check it out. There's the link for Eric's new book. So go check that out, people. There you are. There is the infamous Bear attacking a Native American, some might say Indian, on the attack. There's some reservations, people. There's some very big reservations, people. All right. Here we go, people. Here we go. Another, if you were here with us last time, Bear started off the story in a very controversial fashion. That's right, he started off with the old Woo flu, people. And you might be saying, gosh dang it, Bear, for crying out loud. The Woo flu, that is old hat, man. That is old and busted, sir. What are we talking about, the old Woo flu? I'm talking about the vax, all that stuff that was going on. Where was it here? There we go. The Vigilant Fox and Deborah Bricks. The vaccine didn't really work, yada, yada, yada. It was a little burnishing of old Bear's nails here. A good old I told you so. But you never know. You never know. Bear always keeps an eye out. Definitely always keeps an eye out. Some people, I'm going to borrow from, who was that? Eleanor Roosevelt. Not many people do. Bear's going to borrow from Eleanor Roosevelt. The dumb people, dumb conversation, they talk about people. A good conversation, they talk about events. Smart conversation, they talk about trends, people. So that's where we are with the trends. Woo Flu Talk hasn't gotten you in trouble yet. Hold on to your butts, P-Money. Hold on to all the butts out there. We've got breaking news. That's right, people. We got a nice month out of it. It was a nice month of the old Trump presidency. It was nice. We got to see some fun stuff. Had a couple laughs. Elon out there with the chainsaw. Oh, it was all good fun. It was all good fun. But the dang Chinese, they're back, people. They are back. They're back at it, people. Won't you believe? Won't you believe, people? As Beer finds it here. 1 second. Thing with the thing. Yada, yada, yada. Bam, 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 bam. From thedailymail.com. Probably because they're the only ones that are going to publish it. Not going to see this on CNN or any of the other. You'll probably see it in a month or two. Would you believe, P-Money? Would you believe that another pandemic scare as scientists discover a brand new coronavirus in China? That would be the Wuhan province of China. They got the gang back together, people. They got all the gang back together. Said, come on down to the wet market there at the Wuhan. We got the Bat Lady. She's showing up again. Oh boy, oh boy. COVID-19, old and busted. The new hotness, baby. COVID 2025. That would be another coronavirus, feared to be powerful enough to spread through humans, has been discovered in where else but China. And scenes are eerily reminiscent of the beginnings of the Wu. Researchers at the infamous Wuhan Institute of Virology detected another strain living within the bats, people. It's in the bats. Although they took down all those wet markets, so I don't know where they're getting them from. There you go. All right, here we go, people. HKU5 Cove-2. As all the kids are saying, is strikingly similar to the pandemic virus, sparking fears that history could repeat itself. Just 2 years after the worst was declared over, you thought it was over. It ain't over just yet, man. New virus is even closer related to MERS, the deadlier type of the Wu that killed up to a third of people it infects. Virologist Xi Zhengji, known as Batwoman, for her work, quote-unquote work on for the coronavirus, led to the discovery published in a top scientific journal. Because we couldn't have another Wu without the old Bat Lady here. You know, she's probably, the Fouch #1, Bat Lady #2. She ain't that far behind the whole situation here. There we go. So we got all the new stuff out here, people. We got all the new stuff. They just started up the old CRISPR machine, found another furin cleavage site. Says, all right, we're going to do this again. One more time with the bats, yo. One more time. There's the Bat Lady again. MERS is a contagious respiratory illness spread from animals to humans. And from humans to humans. Causes fever, cough, shortness of breath, diarrhea, vomiting, fatal. All that good stuff. Only 2 patients in the U.S. have ever tested positive for MERS. Both in May of 2014. Each case was linked to travel from the Middle East. And by the way, all those trillions of dollars, there's no vaccine against the virus. Not at all. Even the supposed vaccine, it didn't work, people. It didn't work. How are the bats getting it if they're eating each other? That's a good question. I mean, again, they blame it on the bats, but, the last one didn't come from bats, so you know how that goes. The new, write it down, people, HKU5-CoV-2, coronavirus belonging to the MERV-CoV virus family of pathogens, been detected in minks and pangolins. Animal believed to be the intermediary for the Wu between bats and humans, if you believe that story. This, the scientists wrote, suggests frequent cross-species transmissions of these viruses between the bats and other animal species. Hopefully not bears. Hopefully not bears. New data suggests that HKU5-CoV-2 has a higher potential for interspecies infections than other. However, the potential for the, I'm just going to call it Wu-25, to spill over to humans remains to be investigated, people. You got to investigate very hardly. There's the infamous Wuhan Institute of Virology on a beautiful, beautiful day. He's not wearing the mask to prevent the infection. He's wearing the mask because there's so much pollution in the air. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. But make sure you get your 27th vaccine. And, well, it's not really going to do anything, but you'll feel better. You'll definitely, well, you won't really feel any better, but there you go, people. There you go. One more. Yes, what the, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it, people. There we go. Bear, it's a picture of the virus, and I'm not wearing a mask. Well, there it is again, man. Make sure you put your mask on. You gotta put two masks. Well, you gotta have 3 masks on, really. You have 2 on your face and 1 on your butt, just in case. That's where people got it wrong. They didn't wear the mask on their butt. That's where a lot of the spread came from. So make sure you're stocked up. This is your daily reminder, people. We're ahead of the curve here. Make sure you go ahead, get your hand sanitizer, get your masks, buy up all the toilet paper before it goes missing again. And, just generally lock yourselves up in whatever building you're in. And say goodbye to the next 2 years because we're repeating it all over again. Once more, 2025. Woo! 2025. Wait, the vax is not going to give me free Wi-Fi. No, it wasn't Wi-Fi, P-Money. It was 5G. The Wu flu was spread by 5G cellular networks. I'm pretty sure. Mainly because you're not allowed to say that the Wu flu was spread by 5G networks. You got to figure if you're not allowed to say it, then it's probably the truth. So once again, the vaccine doesn't work, and it's also being spread by 5G networks. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Is this thing on? Gosh dang it, people. So they plan to study this new virus like they did the old one. Yeah, they studied it. Yes, that's what they were doing. They were studying it. And expecting different results. Anybody else remember the definition of insanity? That would be getting 27 different vaccines that don't work and putting a mask on that doesn't do anything to prevent the virus. I am setting off all the alarms at YouTube headquarters. It will be a miracle that this show even survives, people. Even survives. Let's see. Daily Mail. Alexa Ladaris, U.S. Deputy Health Editor at thedailymail.com. So there you go. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you, Alexa. Once again, Bat Lady at it again. You can look her up the last time. There you go. Good old we never actually found patient 0 for the Wu, did we? After all these years. All these years. It was somebody that ate a bat at the wet market. Just happened to be right outside the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Just happened to be. It was strange. Strange how that works. But there you go, people. That's why you watch the show. Not to know what's going on, but to know what's going to go on, people. So there you go. Get all stocked up, people. Get all stocked up while you can. While you can. And by the way, while you're stuck inside for the next 2 years, what better time, really, what better time to get caught up on all 25 James Bond films? Well, 26. Well, 27, really, if you count the other Casino Royale movie, but nobody really does. Nobody really counts You Never Say Never Again. So 25, they had a good run, people. They had a good run, but apparently it's all over, people. It is apparently finished. El Kaput out there. I tell you, people. Your professional naysayers out there, your professional, doom and gloom people. Oh, this is the worst movie that's ever been made. Blah. Well, they're all over. All over the whole James Bond kerfuffle going on between Amazon and the previous producers of the James Bond series. That would be Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli. Broccoli. So here we are, people. Here we are. Deadline. Anthony D'Alessandro, Justin Kroll, Amazon MGM Studios shelled out an extra $1 billion plus to take full control of James Bond. And they're saying what is next for the franchise, people. Well, let's find out. It's taking around $1 billion to have 007 stewards Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson cede creative oversights of their family storied James Bond franchise to Amazon MGM Studios. Pardon me. Amazon originally overpaid, they said, on its purchase of MGM, in a deal orchestrated by then MGM board chair Kevin Ulrich. Though valued between $3.5 billion and $4 billion, legendary motion picture studio was absorbed by the streamer for $8.5 billion, people. They said, what the heck, let's throw in another $1 billion. Why the heck not? Hefty sum propped up by the potential access to the 007 franchise. However, Amazon couldn't freely develop Bond with Broccoli and Wilson in the mix. So they threw another $1 billion at them to ensure that they can fully steer, maybe steal as well, and exploit the Ian Fleming intellectual property. Details on what makes up the new $1 billion deal is unknown at this time, and whether it includes Amazon stock options, probably. Deal for Amazon MGM to take full creative command of Bond hasn't closed yet. While Amazon, that's just, I can't, Amazon MGM, that's weird. Just call it Amazon Studios, for crying out loud. Amazon Studios declined to comment for this story. The expectation from sources is that there will be an element of shared economy in the movies going forward. So apparently they're going to keep doing movies. That's good. I like that. All of this was necessary step to propel Bond into the immediate future. Amazon has spent an immense amount of money on MGM, and it had to be deliberate when it came to pushing along the 007 IP. They got plenty of other IPs over there at MGM. I guess, I don't know. It's like Disney buying Fox just for the Fantastic Four. It's like there's a whole bunch of other movies out there, but whatever. Amazon is a volume-driven company. This morning's announcement of the deal put the pedal to the metal. That's what Bear said earlier. Also, Amazon's full control of Bond comes at a time where there's no such things as a coinky-dink. As Deadline first told you, the streamer is looking to have an international theatrical distribution arm fully operational by sometime in 2026. Wow. That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Previously, they've split it. So I know Sony's been in charge for a while. And I forget if Sony had it worldwide and MGM might have had it domestic, or it might have been the other way around. I forget which. They ended up splitting it. So apparently, I'm just gonna call it Amazon Studios. They'll do the full thing. They won't co-produce, as it were. Those close to Broccoli and Wilson's camps are gobsmacked. Broccoli caved to the streamer. Yeah, I would like to cave for $1 billion. Yeah, oh man. Woe is me. Oh, man. That's going to be a tough one. She's a fighter, said one source. But she got tired of fighting. How is she a fighter but got tired of fighting? Another acknowledged there had to be an emotional decision for Broccoli. Also, with Wilson ready to retire, Broccoli wasn't going to go alone. Broccoli's ire surrounded Amazon's desire to expand the James Bond franchise into its own universe akin to Marvel or Star Wars. We saw how well that turned out. Broccoli and Wilson, they're children of the producer Albert R. Broccoli. Ugh. One of these days, let me take a drink. It always held the line on quality control. So they say. So they say. When it came to the British spy, keeping the series as a standalone big screen brand. With today's news, Amazon can now proceed in extending the life of Bond. Spoiler alert, he died in the last movie. In the past, filmmakers including Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan have expressed interest in putting their stink on Bond. Both, however, required complete creative control, which wasn't possible under Broccoli and Wilson. But now with producers on the side, Amazon can move forward to attract a top-tier director. They already had some. I'm drawing a blank. The guy that did the last movie. I'm drawing a blank on it. Anyways, he was really good, and they also had who was that was before it? That did Spectre. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank on this one. Coming up, zeros on that. Anyways, they had some good directors previously, so pretty good. Pretty good. Listen, I don't know if they would have went with Quentin Tarantino. Too American. Maybe possibly Christopher Nolan as well. Well, let me go on here. Let me finish this up. P.I. says, when does the first bi, trans, not white, short person Bond coming? Well, I've got my own ideas on this, P-Money, so hang tight. Hang tight here. Also available to come to life in the New Deal are a slew of Bond villains and women in their own series or features. Last time an attempt was made to spin off the Bond franchise, 2003 standalone movie about Jinx. Was she his girlfriend? She wasn't his girlfriend. Come on. Played by Halle Berry. The beautiful Halle Berry, not the other Halle Berry that has the weird fish eyes. In Die Another Day. Bond scribes Neil Purvis and Rob Wade were attached to pen that. They've been around forever doing the Bond films. With Stephen Fryer circling, but Broccoli and Wilson putting the kibosh to the idea due to creative differences. That and Die Another Day didn't do that well. The hard work now begins immediately in choosing the right executive to steer the Bond. Meanwhile, cynicism abounds around town. That's a tongue twister. One senior British film executive lamented without Barbara's careful supervision. Bond just becomes Jack Reacher in some TV show. Yeah. One thing about Amazon versus the traditional motion picture studios, it will spend and market to the high heavens to make a movie, for as the streamer, they don't have any stakes. The danger per one well-placed studio player, watch this space, it's going to end up like the Gorge. What? Huh? I don't know. They go on, yada, yada, yada. They're being remiss about all of the stuff that would be going on here. I'm sorry, but if my last name was Broccoli, I would just have fun with it and change my first name to Cooked. Cooked Broccoli. Cooked Broccoli. Tarantino Bond would have much more colorful dialogue. That kind of goes back to it. So, and I got this other one here as well from Variety. Again, pretty well unanimous across the board here as far as, which, by the way, let me click over. We were just doing this the other night. If you were around, we did Thunderball. We actually were doing the Thunderball watch along, so it kind of fit in. Let me bring in you people here 1 second. Thing with the thing. I'm just gonna flip through it here because Bear's got a different take than most out there as far as what's going on. You know, a lot of the, your favorite YouTubers out there, the professional critics, or even just, the critics at some of the other Deadline, or where was I at? Variety. Pretty much unanimous across the board. Boo Amazon, and we're losing out. It's an end of an era out here. What was this? Branded Not stirred, says Owen Gilberman over at Variety. It turns out they were right to kill off James Bond. They go on to talk about killing off James Bond, yada, blah, 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 blah. Where was it? Anyways, they were talking about, let's see, in a universe of corporately controlled movie franchises, the Bond series felt like the last pure franchise, says Variety. It was controlled not by a corporation, but by a family. The same way that the New York Times is controlled by a family. Isn't he Mexican? Isn't he like the richest guy in Mexico? I don't know. It is therefore able to exercise its free will as a journalistic entity outside the specter of corporate control. These holdouts that were made major forces mean something big. They're not just the expectation that proves the rule. They're the independent entities that make stretching the rules possible. Now Amazon's taking it over, and we're all gonna die another day. Listen, Bear's got a different take on this. Barbara Broccoli, who was the daughter of known as Chubby Broccoli, along with Harry Saltzman out there. The original movies, you see it up here, Thunderball, a number of the other great ones. She ended up, Barbara Broccoli, along with Wilson, they ended up taking over, I want to say, in the mid-90s, right around there. The Pierce Brosnan area. They might have taken over a little bit before with Timothy Dalton, but I think that was in the 80s. So I think the last produced Eon Chubby Broccoli production were, it may have been Goldfinger. I don't recall exactly, but it was in the mid-90s. Mid-90s there. So all the way from the mid-90s up till today. So you had Pierce Brosnan, and you also had Daniel Craig. They were kind of, that was their Bonds, their movies out there. I would say, listen, people, I would say GoldenEye, really good movie. Die Another Day, pretty good movie. Not the greatest, not the worst. +1, +2, really, for Halle Berry, especially in a bikini. I would say the last two Daniel Craig movies, Spectre and also No Time to Die. If you discounted the third acts in both of those movies and just kind of smushed them together to make one movie, really, really good movie. I really enjoyed Die Another Day. Or, No Time to Die. Really enjoyed that. Other than those four movies, I would say none of the other movies were really that. They were between bad and okay. I'm even including Casino Royale in there. The Daniel Craig one. It wasn't that good of a movie. It was the back rack scene. Where is my back rack scene here? Hold on one second. I've got to find my back rack scene here. Do the thing with the thing. Come on, Bear. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Where are they playing cards? They're playing cards right here. They took this entire scene, which was like 2 minutes long, maybe 3 at the very most, and stretched it out to an entire movie. And they're playing poker instead of baccarat. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I don't think many of those Barbara Broccoli, Michael Wilson produced movies were that good. And as they said in the other article, Tarantino, circling around that, Christopher Nolan. There was another one as well. I forget if back in the 90s they were also circling even somebody like Steven Spielberg. They had plenty of people that would have been really interested in doing it and probably would have done it, at cost, just happy to be as a part of the Bond production. Barbara Broccoli said no, we're not going to do that. She also was the instrumental in bringing Daniel Craig aboard, which I didn't think, except for the last movie, I didn't think Daniel Craig was a very good Bond. I would say he's probably one of the lesser Bonds. I would have, there's a great Bond right there. Sean Connery, thank God. He was so great they brought him back twice. brought him back for Never Say Never Again, and also the let's see, what was it? You Only Live Twice, and what was the other one in Vegas? Diamonds Are Forever. So good they brought him back 3 times, really. Daniel Craig, not so much. So, Bear, listen, hot take here, people. Very hot take. I'm going to say, Amazon, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of people might cringe at that. Oh, look at, the rangs out there from Amazon. Or what was the other one that they did that wasn't all that great? They also compare it to, Star Wars and some of the other stuff there. I say, Amazon, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. Why not? What the heck? I mean, you couldn't do much worse. I mean, people make fun of the tranny James Bond and all this other stuff, but listen, if you get some really good people involved and you get some good knowledge and people that want to maintain a great IP that they spent, $10 billion on almost? I would hate to think that Amazon would take that and flush it down the toilet just because of some sort of DEI corporate nonsense. I don't think it's not 2019. It's not 2022 anymore. I think we have moved a little bit beyond that. I think some of the corporations have kind of figured out, that going woke makes you go broke. So I would definitely say, hey, why not give it another shot? Give it another shot. Pick your partner as they dance here. In our Thunderball movie that we watched not that long ago. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'm not going to go down with all the naysayers and say, oh, Bond is dead. It's the worst thing that ever happened. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, they're going to just turn it into a factory. It's just going to be one Bond film after another, after another, after another. Spoiler alert. Dr. No, Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball. They were all made within a year of each other. In fact, the very beginning... Let me see if I can get to it here. Where were we? 1 second here, people. Yeah, the intro. Oh, no. Yeah, the intro. Yeah. The scene here where they're... Let me see if I can go back. Where they're doing this scene right here with the jetpack and the car. They were on promotion for Goldfinger in France, and they decided to shoot parts of the next movie, while they were doing promo for the first film. For Goldfinger. So it's not like that they've went fast in the past. They were trying to do a Bond film every year. So as long as you have good people doing the work, I think it will be okay. And you might be able to get beyond a little bit of the Barbara Broccoli, holding it a little too close to the vest there. Give it a couple experimental stuff. See what happens. We'll see how it works out. So I'm slightly optimistic. I mean, listen, 25 movies that had a really good run. If we want to consider it dead, No Time to Die. Sure. Okay, we got 25 films to go over, including the great Thunderball here. So, why not? Why not? Let's give Amazon the shot. Don't listen to all the naysayers out there, because that's all they do, people, is they say nay. They say nay, people. So I wouldn't put too much, down spirits into Amazon taking over Bond. They've had it for a couple years. There was stuff going on behind the scenes where they couldn't quite figure it out and get it together. But apparently Barbara Broccoli says, $1 billion, I'll take that. And she's off to go do some sort of Broadway show or something. I don't know, whatever the hell they're doing out there. So there we go, people. There we are. Oh, good to see Amy here. I did not see you. P-Money coming out. There's a debate. My least favorite James Bond, I'm assuming, is Pierce Brosnan. Really? I even liked Dalton better than Pierce Brosnan. I would say, what's his name? George Lansbury Lansbury, whatever the hell his name is. Mainly, he was just in one film, and it didn't really work out. I know there's fans of that film. I don't know. I like Telly Savalas. I'd probably put him at the bottom. Going back to Dalton. Dalton would have been in Goldeneye. I was about to say Goldfinger. So he was going to have like a 3-movie arc. And I think that would have been an excellent movie to have Dalton in. That would have been really interesting where, in the previous movies, he was kind of going rogue. And then in Goldeneye, he's now going after, a rogue James Bond. So it's a rogue 00. Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old movie. I thought that would have been a great arc for him. So again, you have people like Barbara Broccoli getting in. I don't know if she was part of that movie or not. I might be wrong. But again, mixing it up there where it shouldn't have been mixed up. I would only say Dalton just again because he wasn't in that many of the movies. Much more of a grittier. It was the first R-rated James Bond film. They tried experiments with that. And like, if people are today, like, oh my God, they made a gritty James Bond and it didn't work out. The James Bond franchise is dead. Then we wouldn't have had any of the other ones. I don't know. I would put, obviously Sean Connery. I'm going to go out on a limb, P-Money. I'm going to say, especially some of the later year ones, I wish they would have had one more, like even a Casino Royale with Pierce Brosnan. Sort of an older Pierce Brosnan there. I would say Pierce Brosnan number 2. And then, gosh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one who you would put in number 3 there. I don't know. I did like Pierce Brosnan. Or excuse me, Timothy Dalton. I did like him. I think he would have been better, again, like Daniel Craig as a villain. I would put Dalton ahead of Craig. So I'd probably go Lansbury, Craig, Dalton. Who am I leaving out here? Oh, God. Who am I leaving out here? Oh, shoot. I am leaving out Roger Moore. So I would probably say Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig, and then Lansbury, whatever the hell his name is. So that would be my list, Peabody. That would be my list. I just can't put George low because I didn't get to evaluate him well enough to make that decision. I think that is the decision. I think because they were trying, I don't know what they were doing. They got rid of Sean Connery to go with George Lazenby, and then they brought Sean Connery back. So, something in there. He also cried. Gosh dang it, he cried. So I'm putting him at the bottom of the list. Here. But yeah, there you go, people. There you go. That would be Bear's consideration through all that. But I know. Listen, I would have liked to have seen Timothy Dalton in another movie. I would have loved to have seen Pierce Brosnan in another movie. There's not like, oh gosh, I really wish that I could see another Daniel Craig movie. I mean, I did like the last one that he did, but I wasn't like, gosh, man, after Spectre, I really need another Daniel Craig movie. Man, oh man, he did great. I was like, that's fine. It's fine. That's why he's at the sort of bottom tier of the list. Great villain. I think he would have been a great villain, but Bond, I don't know. Let's see. Although the Connery non-Eon Bond movie is my least favorite Bond. Well, like we were talking about last time, P-Money, it's literally, I will go, let's find it here. Hold on one second. Let me go back. So we had Thunderball, right? We had Thunderball. It was literally the same movie. Literally the same movie. Just rights issues and all this other stuff. It's practically the same movie. So it's like saying, I really liked Thunderball, but I didn't like Never Say Never Again. It's the same movie. They just filmed a little bit differently and, slightly different characters and whatnot, but it was the same one. So I can see where you're coming from. I would probably say the non-canonical Casino Royale, the one with Woody Allen in there. That was an odd one. I'd put that at the bottom of the list just because it just wasn't a Bond film. But anyways, there you go. VM with the hottest of hot takes. He says The Rock was the last official Sean Connery James Bond movie. I might have to agree with you there. I literally might have to agree with you, VM. That is a hot take. Hot take, but I kind of got to agree with you there. There you go. I know, Bear, but it was just so cringy to watch his performance in that one as an old man. As an old man trying to pick up the ladies. Like, Sean, you're like 75 years old. You shouldn't be doing that. You're going to break a hip. Literally going to break a hip out there. No, I get you. I get you, P-Money. Everybody has strong opinions on it. Everybody was so negative about this Amazon story, though. I'm like, give them credit. Give them time. Barbara Broccoli wasn't, they had Quantum of Solace, people. She was the executive producer on Quantum of Solace. It's like, oh, we need to take our time to get this movie right. They had the writer's strike, and they went right into production of that movie instead of giving it another month or two. Hey, I know. Let's have a Bond villain who's stealing water from, South America or something. Ooh. Oh, no. There's people in South America. They're going to have to pay slightly more for their water. What a dastardly villain that was. Let's all put him up in the hydrogen hotel and have it explode. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. So, I'm just saying, there was some really bad ideas from the Barbara Broccoli era that's, didn't really pan out, but then everybody now with rose-tinted glasses are all like, yay, oh, wasn't she great? Oh, Barbara Broccoli. Not so much. Much like eating broccoli, you kind of have to, but you're not like, oh boy, this broccoli is just so great. It's like, it's broccoli. It's fine. It's fine, man. The Great Water Heist, asked Amy. How much can he sell the water for? Yeah, that was a great question. It wasn't even Spectre because they didn't even have the rights to that. So they called him Quantum, even though they were Spectre. They just couldn't call him that. That's a nod back to Thunderball and Never Say Never Again with the rights for Spectre. So yeah, they were gonna go and they were going to. God, it was such a stupid movie. Honestly, God, I hate that. That's got to be one of the worst James Bond movies ever. Is Quantum of Solace. I'll even throw that in there with the non-canonical. What am I trying to say? The Casino Royale movie. Just bad. Just bad. Hey, let's do shaky cam. Hey, that Jason Bourne movie, they're the new hotness out there. Let's do everything shaky cam. Yeah, it makes me sick. Ugh, gross. Yeah, I have no idea what they were thinking, Amy. None whatsoever. They thought that they had a great villain. It was like a 4-foot-tall French dude. Like James Bond was fighting some 3.5-foot-tall French dude at the exploding hotel. It's like, come on. And then what was her name? Olga Kurenko or whatever the hell her name was. She was playing like a South American woman. I'm like, you're Ukrainian. How does that doesn't even, I don't care how much tanning, lotion that you put on. The bronzing bronzing stuff that you put on there. It's just not going to work. Just not going to work. Not going to work. Zarzov was the best James Bond movie, says we have. Coming back with the hottest of hot takes. James Bond under the effects of mushrooms. Well, with that, people, let's go to our to our box office of the week, people, and go check out what the hell is going on and why, once again, Hollywood is lying to you, oh people. Did he have attack poodles? That would have made it interesting, Amy. That might have made Quantum of Solace that much better. You know, Spectre had the cat. You know, a Quantum could have attack poodles. Although it would be all shaky cam. You wouldn't be able to see him very much. But, yeah, that would have been it. That would have been more realistic to have the 2.5 foot tall French guy with attack poodles fighting James Bond than just, you know, the French guy. He would like hit him with like a pole or something like that, and he would scream like a girl. Ha! Take that, James Bond! Ha! Yeah, it was stupid, man. It was dumb. Dumb people. Dumb. Did I mention dumb people? Quantum of Solace. God, I saw that in the theater. I almost wanted my money back. Definitely wanted my money back. People, the monkey is going to do $13 to $14 million. The second best debut ever for Neon. Hey, Bear, how about that new Captain America movie? I think there's a Captain America movie, but it's not with Captain America. It's somebody else. It's like a fake Captain America movie that they decided to make. Hey, Bear, how's that doing? Terribly. And they're lying to you. They're lying to you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. There you go. Fighting with poodles. Take that, James Bond. That would have made that movie, I mean, slightly better. It was still terrible, but slightly better. Slightly better. I'm from Anthony D'Alessandro over here at Deadline once again. They're talking up The Monkey, people. It's apparently a horror movie about a monkey. That's all that I know. That's all that I know, people. Let's see. Despite a B- cinema score and a post-holiday weekend, as they call it, Captain America Brave New World, they say, isn't imploding to the degree of the Marvels, and not as much as Ant-Man and the Wasp, with a current, as they call it, negative 68% drop, compared to 78 and 70 respectively. But they're lying to you, people. They are lying to you, and I'm going to prove it here. And Neon's The Monkey with a C+ cinema score and a 2.5 star post-track. Posted $5.8 million in one day. They're thinking it's going to make $13 to $14 million on its opening weekend. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good out there. Essentially for a low-budget horror movie. Not bad. They're like right behind. So they talk about, they spent $30K in TV sports programming, a little bit on YouTube, some of the other ones. Captain America is probably about $150 million just in P&A out there, promotioning and marketing for you. So very, very interesting. Let me scroll down here and let me show you all the numbers. That's what you come to Bear here for. And we'll see. P-Money says this time I was wrong. I assumed Captain America would do much worse. P-Money, it did. They're lying to you. $28 million is okay if you didn't spend $500 million to make it and promote it. There you go, Amy. So here's the numbers. Captain America, Brave New World, 4,000 theaters. Now look here, people. Watch Bear here. On Friday, it made $7.2 million. It was down 82% from the previous Friday. Okay? So all the way back up here, where are we? So they're trying to say in the first opening paragraph, hey, Disney execs, it's not all that bad. Hey, it's all right. It's all cool, baby. It didn't do as bad as the Marvels, one of the biggest bombs of all time. It didn't do as bad as Ant-Man, the one where we had to get rid of our major actor, for other reasons as well. But yeah, that movie did really bad at negative 70%. It didn't do that bad. No, it's all right. What was it down? What were they saying it was down? It was only 68%, man. It's only 68% down. It's all right, baby. It's all right, baby. Friday, 82% down. Huh, that's interesting. Now check this out, people. Check this out. This is what they do, and this is how they lie. So they have what they call a 3-day total here. So it's usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? Usually people go to the theater on Friday night, gotta go check it out. Hey, let's go to the theater on Saturday night. Hopefully you're not at the theater right now, you're watching Bear instead. And then, a smaller crew, maybe a Sunday matinee or something like that. So that's your 3-day. That's your 3-day. Okay? So they have this total, and you've probably seen it before, where they came out with it last week. And they says, holy cow, people, Captain America Brave New World, it did $100 million. Except they're lying to you, people. Yeah, it did $100 million. Sure. But they did Hollywood math. All right, so instead of a 3-day, what they would normally do, they did sometimes when you have a holiday during a weekend. I don't know if you would want to call President's Day a holiday. Some people have it off. Some people don't. Obviously, those in Canada don't have it off. So a very kind of, I would call it a week holiday. It's not like your Christmas or a Thanksgiving weekend, July 4th, Memorial Day, that sort of deal. A lot of times they'll count that as a 4-day weekend. So you'd have, let's just say it lands on a Monday. So you'd have a Friday, you would have a Saturday, you would have a Sunday, and you would also count Monday for your 4-day weekend. What they did here with Captain America the previous weekend is they did a 5-day weekend. You might say, Bear, I would really love to have a 5-day weekend. I can get a whole lot done around the house. But I'm not really sure that a 5-day weekend is a real thing. They counted Thursday. They counted Friday. They counted Saturday. They counted Sunday. They counted Monday, which was a holiday. So that was the 5-day weekend that they called it. That's why they were able to say, wow, it did really great over the weekend, quote unquote, the weekend. It made $100 million. It made $100 million, but it didn't make it over the weekend, which you would normally consider a weekend time frame. So here's why they're lying. Look at Friday. Look at Friday here. $7.2 million. Friday's a pretty big day for movie going. We can kind of go down the list of some of the stuff. Let's see. Dogman, this is its 4th week, down 55%. Paddington, week 2, kind of a normal. A little bit more than normal. More than 55, 60%. That's kind of taken quite a lot out. This one doesn't have it because it just opened this weekend. So that's not bad. Oh my God, 82%. That's because they counted day for day, that Friday for Friday. So they're trying to say the 3-day is down. It's only down 68% because you're counting 3 days instead of 5 days. I bet you if you counted 5 days, bet you if you counted Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We don't have Sunday and Monday just yet. They would have to estimate. I bet you it would be closer to 82% down, which is a complete disaster and bomb. Folks like Deadline, some of the other places, they're propping them up. They're propping them up here. Which, by the way, okay, fine. We won't even count the 5-day and 3-day. We'll just take your numbers as is, even though you're lying. You barely beat out a monkey horror film that only cost, I don't know, $20, $50, $60 million to make or something like that. They did pretty good. 5.8 million on Friday compared to 7.2 for Captain America. Spent $500 million on it? Really? Paddington did 1.5? Okay, fine. Dogman 1.3. And look, I mean, you got a bunch of other ones here. Naze 2? Shava? I have no idea what Unbreakable Boy is. Mustafa from 10 weeks ago. I mean, your competition isn't that hard here. If you're saying I'm number one against the monkey, number one, that's racist. But number two, you're still only 1,000 theaters difference, and you're what, a million and a half difference? Yeah, they are lying to you, people. All lying to you. So I just wanted to break that out. Let's see, did they have it down here? 1 second here, people. Might have had it down here. Yeah, first week, 113 million. Again, they're counting 5 out of those 7 days as a weekend count. So I bet you if you counted day for day instead of 3 day and 5 day, you would come up pretty close to 80 to 85% negative rating, which is no bueno, people. It is a disaster. It is a disaster. Actually, says P-Money, we had last Monday off. We call it Family Day. Don't ask me what it's all about. It's a waste of holiday in my books. Well, we're getting you prepared to be the 51st state, P-Money. I mean, we got to get you ready for President's Day instead of Prime Minister Day. We got to get y'all ready. Got to get y'all prepared. Except for Ottawa. We don't want Ottawa. We can keep Ottawa, but everything else, there you go, people. Which, by the way, all right, fine. Tried to take me off. I was not. I was not going to be deterred, P-Money. We have Wu Flu Part 2 coming out. We've got James Bond stuff to talk about. I didn't want to get distracted, but all right. Fine. Hockey. Listen, it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal at all, really. It was a glorified all-star game, to be honest with you. Anybody remember who won the all-star game last year in hockey? No, nobody cares. It's a bunch of really rich hockey players, goofing around, having fun. No consequence whatsoever. So that's how Bear chooses to look at the, Four Nations hockey tournaments. It's like, it's fine. Listen, there's no love lost there. It was fine. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, really, if you really think about it, they didn't even win legitimately. Canada did. They had to take it to overtime, and it wasn't even a legit overtime. It was like 8 minutes in, and it's fine. Good for Canada. Let them have it. It's fine. I'm sure they would have broken down in tears. I mean, we might have had World War III after all. Canada just loses their ass and decides to invade U.S. for some reason for losing. Like, let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. It's fine. It's actually P-Money. Let me ask you. It was McDavid, right? Didn't he score the game winner in the Four Nations? What would you rather have? What would you rather have? Connor McDavid raising up the banner for the Four Nations hockey tournament, or would you rather have one extra goal there in the old Stanley Cup championship? Would you rather have the Stanley Cup in Canada for the first time in a long time, or you want to have that Four Nations? It's fine. It's whatever. I don't really care about it. It's no sweat off old Bear's back here. I was being patient, Bear. Thank you for bringing up. You're welcome, sir. And I'm assuming yes. You would rather have the Stanley Cup than the Four Nations. See, there you go. There you go. It's all fine. It's nothing off of Bear's back. I mean, listen, if you think of it, honestly, if you really think about it, three great players on the Canadian team, plus the head coach. all happen to be on the Tampa Bay hockey team. One of the players for the U.S. team is also on the Tampa Bay, so I would say it was a nice showcase for Tampa Bay, honestly. Had a number of great players out there representing their country, so we're all winners, P-Money. We're all winners here in the game of international hockey. It wasn't even a legit Olympics. If it was the Olympics, I would say, yeah, okay. Man, it hurts not winning the gold, but it's hockey. But it's not even the Olympics, so no sweat off old Bear's back here, P-Money. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. All right, people, I finally have the news story that is going to get all of you intrigued here. And probably your favorite news story of the day. Forget about the Wu Flu Part 2. Forget about James Bond. Hollywood lying to you with numbers. We've got a great story here for you, people. Bear can find it here. There we go. There we go. It was an exciting game to go into overtime, says P-Money. Well, there you go. As long as you had fun, it's fine, P-Money. No sweat off old Bear's back. It's like, listen, it's fine. It's an unconsequential hockey game. It was fine. Everybody hugged at the end. We're not boycotting Canada. Listen, it was something to help out international relations. If we got to lose a hockey game to keep Canada from going insane, then, hey, listen, we'll do it. That's fine. They're not going to get the Stanley Cup this year, but, hey, listen, let's give them one, like a participation trophy. It's fine. People from the New York Post and Brooke Steinberg. I know you have all been waiting. Find out which is the U.S.'s, not Canada, but the U.S.'s most expensive fast food chicken sandwich has finally been revealed, people. Get out your wallets. Let's go. Let's go to town, people. Fast food is increasingly getting more expensive. I'll say. Pardon me here. Clear the throat. The dollar menu seems to be a thing of the past, being replaced by a variety of meal deals as a way to lure in customers without losing out on that sweet, sweet lucre. Well, it feels as though no fast food can necessarily be considered cheap these days. I'll say there are some chains that are significantly more expensive than others. Delish, set to find out the cheapest fast food chicken sandwich option across 20 popular chain restaurants. Because of prices tend to vary from state to state, the Outlook just looked at the city of Las Vegas for the purpose of their list. Yeah, the city in the desert that's famous for overcharging people. Yeah, let's look at that one. Okay. They noted that technically Hattie B's had the priciest chicken sandwich at $10.79 per sandwich. That's because the chain is mostly in the South and not throughout the entire country. I've never heard of Hattie B's before. Amy, have you ever heard of Hattie B's? Never heard of it. Is it really much better than other chicken sandwiches or just more expensive? Well, that's for you to decide after spending lots and lots of money. Sixth most expensive chicken sandwich, people, is from Arby's. Arby's has 3 different chicken sandwich options, but the crispy chicken sandwich is priced at $6.19. More expensive, buffalo chicken sandwich and chicken bacon Swiss. Interesting. At $7.19. Next we have Bojangles. Amy, have you heard of Bojangles before? Bojangles. Gotta go to Bo's. Trying to remember. I might have been there once. They have biscuits. I remember they do biscuits. I suppose they do chicken sandwiches as well. Bojangles has 2 chicken sandwich options. The Bo's chicken sandwich and the grilled chicken sandwich. Terrible. Awful choice. Both for $6.79. However, Delish noted that it's likely worth to opt for the combo for just shy of $10, which includes a sandwich, a side, and a drink, people. There you go. Nashville hot chicken. I'm not too familiar with that. I know it's hot. I've never seen a Nashville hot chicken before, but whatever. Nashville hot chicken has 2 chicken sandwiches on the menu with a 10-cent difference. The customizable chicken sando costs $6.85, and a chicken waffle sando is $6.95. So I guess if you want your waffle or not on your hot chicken sandwich, really, it's just a hot chicken. That's it. I don't, people go gaga over Nashville hot chicken sandwiches or just Nashville hot chicken. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Whatever. Culver's, people. Look at there. That's a chicken sandwich to behold. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Okay. Lettuce, yes, I can understand. Pickles? Okay, sure. The tomato. I'm not so sure that a tomato should go on a fried chicken sandwich. Maybe a fried tomato. Fried green tomato, maybe. That might work. Not really sure about that one, Culver's. Not too sure about that one. 3 chicken sandwich options at Culver's. Number 1, the crispy chicken. Number 2, the spicy crispy chicken. And would you believe, people, the grilled chicken sandwich. The crispy one's a $7.59. And the grilled is 10 cents more. Man, it takes a lot to grill it, I suppose. It's $7.69. $7.69, people. Number 2, people, Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's. P-Money, do they have a Raising Cane's near you? Amy, have you heard of Raising Cane's before? I've not been there, but I have heard of Raising Cane's. I got a question here in just a minute. Let Bear know if you've ever heard or been to Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's here. And of course, they got the combo, of course. For a whopping $7.99, you can go to Raising Cane's and order a solo chicken sandwich, which includes 3 chicken fingers, lettuce, and Cane's sauce on a bun. The combo, which I would assume you would go for, also gives you crinkle cut fries and a 22-ounce drink. What? No coleslaw? Crying out loud. Come on, Raising Cane's. I am Raising Cane's here. All right, finally, our most expensive chicken sandwich out there in the fast food realm, according to Delish, out in Las Vegas, is Shake Shack, people. Shake Shack. Shake Shack, which recently received the most complaints for being overpriced. According to a new study, was perhaps not shockingly named, have the most expensive chicken sandwich. There it is, people. Avocado? Avocado. I'm not so sure about avocado on a chicken sandwich. Bacon? Sure. Why not? A pickle? Why not? Lettuce? Sure. Sauce? Yeah, you can go back and forth with it, but sure, why not? Let's throw the sauce on there. The cheapest option, the Chicken Shack, will cost you $8.99. The most expensive option, why you would want to put avocado on your bacon and chicken? I guess to be healthy. You know, if I'm going to be eating bacon and a fried chicken sandwich, I want to be the healthy option and throw some avocado on there. $10.99, people. $10.99 for a sandwich. The original Chicken Shack comes with a chicken breast. All right, instead of fingers. Lettuce, pickles, buttermilk, herb mayo on a bun, people. And if you want, for some strange reason, to add avocado, you better bring out a 10-spot and an extra $1 bill as well, because that's how much it's going to put you back. Forget about asking for a drink. Or fries, God forbid. None of that, man. None of that. You gotta bring out your pocketbook and your wallet to go to Shake Shack out there. All right, anybody out there Raising Cane's? Has anybody heard of... Amy, is there a Raising Cane's down there near you? T-Money, have you ever heard of Raising Cane's before? This beer takes a drink. while he waits. Good 30-second response time. That's it's very interesting. It's chicken tenders instead of a chicken breast that they have there. They normally sell chicken tenders and then they just kind of throw it on a sandwich to make it a chicken sandwich. There's not really too many options there at Raising Cane's. You got your chicken sandwich, you got your chicken fingers, and that's it. If you want to be fancy pants about it, you got fries. And for some reason, they're leaving out, I don't know why, the coleslaw, but they do include coleslaw in some of that stuff. But that's it. That is your options there at Raising Cane's. Your biggest challenge will be, what type of soda do I want? Or do I want tea? That's going to be, your challenging, your brain challenge right there is, which, should I go with soda? Should I go with tea? If I go with soda, which soda should I get? Because they only got 2 options, people. They only got 2 options out there. Well, apparently Bear has stunned and bewildered both P-Money and Amy, because I had a very important question. Here. So let Bear know if you've visited Raising Cane's. So the only reason that Bear knows about Raising Cane's, they've kind of exploded over the past couple years, franchised out quite a bit out there. So Raising Cane's was actually, the guy that started Raising Cane's was either, I believe he might have been a manager, could have been just a worker at another chicken finger and sandwich place around here, down in the deep old South, called Guthrie's. There's a place called Guthrie's that essentially sells the same thing. They were there first, honestly. They might have been one of the first, if not the first, chicken sandwich places. They go back, like 1960s. So essentially, you had Guthrie's, right, that had your chicken sandwich or chicken tenders in the box with fries, coleslaw, a drink. Raising Cane's has the exact same thing because the guy came from Guthrie's to start his own business called Raising Cane's. So that's where Raising Cane's kind of came from. So in Bear's local abode, there's literally a Raising Cane's right across the street from a Guthrie's, people. And one of the things that Bear was considering, a lot of people have been wanting Bear to do venture off into the food realm. Bear, we need to have your brilliant taste buds out there letting us know which place to go to as far as fast food. Tell us which one is the best chicken, either finger or chicken sandwich place to go as fast food. I was like, I don't know. How do I make this different? How do I make it unique? How do I edit it together? It's kind of hard for Bear to go into a fast food joint and order fast food because usually they call for either the cops or the animal control people, and Bear's usually scuttled out of there pretty quickly. So it doesn't go over very well. I was trying to edit in Bear's old head. How do I do this? So I saw this the other day, and I'm like, holy cow. It clicked. People. I'm thinking, here's what Bear's thoughts are. Let him know, either in the chat or down in the comments section. I'm thinking, Bear is thinking about putting head-to-head. That'd be the original Guthrie's up against Raising Cane's, because it's literally the same thing. It's like your Thunderball to your Never Say Never Again. What a callback there, Bear. It's literally the same thing. So which one is practically the same? It's different than McDonald's and Burger King. They have 2 different philosophies. This is literally the same philosophy. We're going to serve you either chicken tenders or a chicken sandwich, some fries, a drink. That's it. That's all we got. I'm thinking about putting them head to head and finding out who did it better, Raising Cane's or Guthrie's, people. That might be the way that Bear goes. So if you've made it this far into the video and you've had an opinion, go ahead and let Bear know. Either in the comments down below or in the chat here. Let him know if you think that's a good idea, or if you say, Bear, I've never heard of either of those places, and I don't know if I'd ever go to any of those places. So it's kind of a waste of your time. Well, it's not a waste of my time because I get to eat something. That's never a waste, but there you go. Well, apparently, I don't know how or why, but I have stunned my entire chat here of chicken sandwiches. So there we go. I don't know if it's a delay or what the deal is, but whatever the case may be, I have apparently stunned the audience out here. So anyways, that was what Bear is thinking about doing as his very first head-to-head fast food mashup, people. Fast food mashup. So if you have any opinions, let Bear know, and we'll take them into old consideration here, people. Yes, indeed. All right, well, once again, stunned everybody. I know everybody's out there getting prepared for the Woo Flu, downloading all of the James Bond films before Amazon goes to crap on there, apparently. I say give them time, see what happens. Stunned everybody out here with his fast food recommendations. So yes, indeed, people. Let me thank everybody out here. P-Money, Amy and Melissa, VM as well with the hot takes. Of course, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. We do this every Wednesday and Saturday. And probably, maybe Monday might do another chat council for you good folks. If you've been enjoying Bear's Civilization play-along. I know a lot of people have got a lot of consternation about Civilization, but hey, we're having fun playing along with it. It's fun. So might do that Monday. About the same time, 8 o'clock. So if that is up your alley, come on down, join Bear. He would appreciate it very, very much. But you know what? People? All of this stunned into silence has made Bear, of course, VM pops up. He says, I like a sandwich of chicken with mayonnaise and broiled paprika. VM, I just don't know about you sometimes. Mayonnaise is the devil's condiment. Yuck. Chicken sandwich. I don't know. VM, I don't know if they have a Raising Cane's near you or not, but I think that's what Bear's going to try here. That's what he's going to try. All right, enough of this. Trying to turn Bear around in the last second. Gosh dang it. All this talk about last second changing Bear around has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrrrr. Grrrr. Night, everyone.